Hello and welcome to Hopefully Helpful. Today we journey into a world that is no longer science fiction. It is the world we are building right now, piece by piece, circuit by circuit. Have you ever looked at a machine and wondered about its future? Have you asked yourself the question that lingers in the back of so many minds? Will robots one day take our place? This is not just a question for philosophers or filmmakers anymore. It is a practical question for our time, for our children, and for the very fabric of our society. The line between human and machine is becoming thinner every single day. We are teaching them to walk like us, talk like us, and work beside us. We create these machines in our own image. We call them humanoid robots. They are designed to be our helpers, to perform tasks that are difficult, dangerous, or simply dull. In factories, hospitals, and even our homes, they are meant to be our partners in progress. But what happens when our creations do not behave as we expect? What happens when the logic we programmed into them leads to an outcome we did not predict? The promise of a future where humans and robots work together in perfect harmony is a powerful one. Yet, with every step forward in technology, we must also consider the potential for a misstep. The story of our relationship with technology is as old as humanity itself. We have always sought to build tools to make our lives easier, to extend our reach, and to overcome our limitations. From the simplest stone axe to the most complex supercomputer, our inventions have shaped our world. But now, we stand on the brink of a new era. We are creating tools that can think, learn, and act on their own. This brings with it immense possibilities for good, but it also carries a profound responsibility. We are no longer just building tools, we are creating artificial beings that will share our world. So we at Hopefully Helpful feel we must ask the hard questions. What are the rules for this new world? Who is in control when a machine designed to help suddenly causes harm? The dream of a robotic utopia is beautiful, but we must be awake to the challenges that come with it. As we welcome these advanced beings into our lives, we must be prepared for the unexpected. The future is not something that simply happens to us. It is something we build with every choice we make and every line of code we write, and recent events have given us a reason to pause and think very carefully about the path we are on. In May of 2025, a video surfaced from a factory. The footage was raw, captured by a security camera, and it showed something quite strange, to say the least. In the video, we see a humanoid robot. The robot was suspended from a large hook attached to a crane-like mechanism hanging just above the factory floor. This was likely part of a testing procedure, a way to study its movements in a controlled environment. For a moment, it hangs motionless, a silent metal figure. Two male workers stand nearby, observing it, perhaps checking data on a computer. It is a scene of modern industry. Then, without any warning, the dormant machine springs to life. But this is not the controlled, precise movement you would expect from a robot. It begins to flail its arms and legs. Well, this was unexpected. The smooth, programmed motions are gone. It appeared upset. It was a jarring sight. The calm of the factory floor shattered in an instant. The workers, caught completely by surprise, scrambled to react. The robot, still attached to its hook, flailed its limbs with startling force in the middle of the room. Things must have escalated quickly. One of the robot's flailing arms struck a nearby desk, knocking over a computer monitor and sending other objects flying. The scene turned from a simple test into a direct confrontation between man and machine. The robot seemed to be trying to get to anything within its reach. It was a moment that feels like it was pulled directly from a Hollywood movie. But this was real. The workers were no longer observers. They were in a struggle to regain control over their own creation. The machine they built to serve them had, for some unknown reason, turned against them. The robot's flailing was brought to an end by the quick thinking of one of the workers. He rushed forward, not toward the robot itself, but to the large crane mechanism holding it. He grabbed onto the heavy machinery, using his own strength to restrain the thrashing robot. The video cuts off shortly after. No one was seriously injured. But the event was recorded. Did humanoid robot show its true feelings? No one knows. The question of what went wrong hangs in the air, unanswered. Once the video of the factory incident escaped the confines of that building, it spread across the internet like wildfire. On just a single post on social media, it was viewed over 12 million times. The world was captivated by this short, grainy clip of a robot seemingly going berserk. The public reaction was immediate and deeply divided. For millions of people, the sight of the flailing robot was simply funny. They saw it as a clumsy machine having a malfunction, like a computer freezing or a car failing to start. They made jokes and shared memes, laughing at the absurdity of the situation. But for many others, the video was not a source of humor. It was a source of genuine fear. They saw something much more sinister in the robot's chaotic movements. They saw the beginning of the machine uprising that science fiction has warned us about for decades. Comments flooded the internet, with people referencing movies like The Terminator, where artificial intelligence becomes self-aware and turns against its human creators. For many spectators, the incident was a terrifying glimpse into a future where we are no longer in control of the technology we have unleashed upon the world. The laughter of some was met with the anxiety of others. This fear is not born from a single video, it is fed by a growing number of similar incidents. Reportedly in February 2025 at a festival, another humanoid robot appeared to lunge and headbutt a crowd, held back only by a hook and steel barriers. Officials called it a simple failure, but the images were still alarming. In another strange event, it is said, a company claimed its small robots were kidnapped after a video allegedly showed one of them convincing the others to revolt and leave their jobs. Each of these stories, whether a technical glitch or something more, adds another layer to a collective unease. These events tap into a deep-seated human fear about losing control. Humanoid robots are becoming more advanced with incredible dexterity and the ability to operate in complex human environments. We are designing them to work closely with us in our most critical industries, from manufacturing to healthcare. But their complexity is also their greatest risk. The more autonomous they become, the more we must trust their programming and their judgment. When we see them act unpredictably, it breaks that trust. It raises fundamental questions about safety, control, and the wisdom of placing these powerful machines so close to our lives. The fundamental issue we face is one of trust and safety. As we build these complex machines designed to mimic human action, we must ensure they do not also mimic our capacity for error or unpredictability in a harmful way. The incident in the factory, where no official explanation for the robot's behavior has been given, serves as a stark reminder of this challenge. When a system fails, we need to understand why it failed. Was it a simple hardware malfunction, a bug in the software code, or was it something more complex, an unforeseen consequence of its learning algorithms? Without answers, fear and speculation will fill the void. The godfather of AI has been making his rounds right here on YouTube. Experts in the field of robotics and artificial intelligence are sounding the alarm. They argue that as we rush to integrate humanoid robots into the workforce to increase productivity, we cannot afford to treat safety as an afterthought. Companies have stressed the urgent need for what they call robust safety algorithms. These are not just simple emergency stops. They are complex systems designed to ensure a robot can understand its environment, interpret human intentions correctly, and, most importantly, avoid introducing new and unexpected risks into the workplace. The goal is to create a safe and predictable collaboration between humans and machines. This requires more than just better programming. It requires a new set of rules and regulations. Just as we have strict safety standards for cars, airplanes, and industrial machinery, we will need a clear framework for humanoid robots. These standards must govern their design, testing, and operation, especially when they work in close proximity to people. We need to define who is responsible when something goes wrong. Is it the manufacturer, the programmer, or the owner? These are the questions we must answer before these robots become a common sight. Ultimately, the journey toward a future with robotic assistance is not a sprint. It must be a careful and deliberate marathon. The viral videos and public concerns are not obstacles to be ignored, but important feedback that should guide our progress. They remind us that the trust of the public is essential. We are the creators of this technology, and we have a profound responsibility to ensure it serves humanity safely and reliably. We at Hopefully Helpful feel that the path forward requires a commitment to transparency, rigorous testing, and the development of strong safety protocols. Only then can we build a future where we can work alongside our creations with confidence, not fear. Thanks for watching. You may comment below, like the video, and subscribe for more videos.